Well, that was not fun at all.
I can't accept the loss, I'm hard-headed. There's a little bit of madness to my method. Many falling off that fine line that I'm treading. I risk anything to be great, and I'm not letting nobody rob me of my victory. Number one, that's what I'm meant to be. When by any means, only thing that makes sense to me, I can make nice or make.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fair Catch Podcast. I am your boy Zachary. That is your boy Kevin, who is still staring off into space. Because we are a sad group of podcasters this evening.
Thank you so much for choosing to spend your day, evening, nighttime with us here at the Fair Catch Podcast. We appreciate you. We love you. Remember, if you're new here and you haven't already, you look below, you need to see that subscribe button is not pressed.
Oh, wow.
Go ahead, hit that subscribe button so you can stay hip
to the jive.
Okay, hit to the jive with what's going on here at the Fair Catch Podcast. And you look below that and you see that comment section is not filled out with something nice. What on God's green earth are you doing? You're not going to get any good juju if you don't say something nice. Look, he's got 3 buttons on that snapback today. He is not maxing it out today, so you can say that. Say something nice about my boy in the comments. And look, beside that, and you see that notification bell is not pressed.
I thought that was Brian. From 2 years.
Dude, you know what? He's probably a professional troll, and he's not worth my time and energy anymore.
And that Brian who took CMC from you a couple years ago in the draft, I bet it was him.
Yeah, but I don't even care anymore because CMC missed the entire year. So what does it matter to me?
That was one of the funniest. Brian! Dang it, Brian!
But yeah, if you see that notification bell is not pressed, go ahead and hit it because then you automatically get notified when we drop episodes. And you're welcome for that because that's what this is all about. You want to know what we're going on. So, thank you for listening. We hope you enjoy this episode. And, let's get into it because there's not much joy going on. Not much joy. But before we get into our sadness, I'll ask you how your week was.
Horrible.
Oh, before Sunday. How was your week before Sunday?
Before Sunday was great.
That's good.
Yeah.
We can go apple picking this weekend.
Apple picking.
The women's choice.
What time are we going?
I'm probably gonna get a haircut this weekend. Get my locks.
Your locks?
Yeah. So we get to go apple picking. Which it's a nice view. We go get pizza later after that.
Yeah.
Go to Fabio's. Shout out Fabio's. Charlottesville's great.
Shout out to
great
Fobs.
pie.
Shout out to the Fobs.
I don't think Lincoln's ever been, so that'll be interesting for him.
The Fabio's or the Mountain?
The Mountain.
I 100% guarantee you Lincoln hasn't been up the Mountain.
He'll be first.
All right.
It'll be fun. We got to do that.
I haven't been in a proper minute.
It's been proper.
It's been a proper
Dude,
minute.
honestly, I probably haven't been to Carter's Mountain since Kate and I started dating. That was our first date, and that was 8 years ago, probably at this point. So
I was fifth wheeling in that.
No, we went by ourselves.
Oh yeah.
You went with us.
Oh yeah. But
Slouch.
Leech
You,
Katie,
on society, not
you,
society,
Katie,
but our dating life. Leech.
You, Katie, Faith, and James, and myself. I think we went before together.
No, I didn't go. They went. I didn't go.
No, I think you.
No, I didn't go because they had a game on.
Well, it was Sunday, but that's a different time. I think we have gone. Us 5 have gone because we were eating donuts together and some cider.
Nope, can guarantee you I have not been. Since
that's what's going to happen this Saturday.
Yeah, we are going to Saturday. So if you want to meet us at Carter Mountain to go apple picking, pull up, holla at your boys. We'll be there for who knows how long and what time we're going. Kevin! I don't know what time we're going, what time we'll be there, but if you are lucky enough to arrange it by chance, be there, come say what's up. We
say what it do.
We'll take a photo, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Week was pretty good. I see you see our OV special, Crunch. Shout out Troy Payne. Appreciate you, my guy, for donating that. I walked in and he said, dropped in the studio, and Zach said, oh, you going to take the cereal out? No. and stays in the bag, in the box. He goes, it's going to go bad. Okay? It's going to start to stink. It's oat brand. It doesn't stink. I mean...
It will eventually.
No, it won't. It's in a vacuum-sealed bag in a box.
Sure ain't no vacuum sealed.
It's in a thingy. It's in a sealed bag. They ain't going to smell. I guarantee you that'll last longer than we will.
My Monday started good.
He's drinking eggnog, dude.
They got eggnog.
October 21st.
Eggnog is good all year round. If they had it all year round, I would drink it all year round.
Pause. Well, no, I don't feel that same way, but it's okay. That's another thing for debate. In the comments below, let us know.
Yes, it's too early for Christmas
stuff. Is it too early for... Well, eggnog is Christmas stuff.
Eggnog is also Thanksgiving, which
it is
I
not.
am. Which I am perfect timing.
The only reason why we call it Thanksgiving stuff is because we have it at Thanksgiving. Every year. That isn't necessarily...
Exactly. That's like saying turkey's not.
Look, it's not. Well, that one is. But we have turkey at Christmas too. Except for those really random times when they're like, oh, let's do fried chicken. What?
Actually, I was for that.
That was live, dude.
Chicken.
That was great.
I love fried chicken.
But like, no. When you think eggnog, you sit here and tell me when you see eggnog, when someone mentions eggnog to you, you instantly think Thanksgiving.
I think Thanksgiving.
Bull crap.
I don't think right now. I'm surprised they have it this early. To be honest
if
with you.
someone says, "Hey, do you want a glass of eggnog?" I instantly think, "Oh, it's Christmas time."
I think it's either Thanksgiving or Christmas time. I would not think they would have it out already, but they do.
You're full of it. Full of it. You're wrong.
Yeah, I'm full of it. Full of eggnog. Come on.
That's wrong. You're bad for saying that. But ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this week of sports, shall we? Because it was it
was something.
Man, I don't even know where to start. Let's just get into the game breakdowns because I don't
want to talk about it.
We'll get there.
Let me pull it up.
Go crazy, crazy, crazy.
Dude, that's exactly what I was just thinking of.
One sync.
We only met, but let's pretend. What week was it?
7.
Week.
Halfway point, bro. We're just about at the halfway point of the season, and we still suck.
We're 3 or 4. We could be worse. Thing about it is, we'll probably do good enough not to get a premier draft pick.
I also want you to think that just I want you to paint this picture in your mind. Not only did we pass up on Christian Gonzalez for Emmanuel Forbes, we also passed up on Jackson Smith-Njigba for Emmanuel Forbes too. So,
thanks, Ron.
Just putting that out there. Just let that simmer in your angry pot.
My angry pot.
I'm already getting a headache, and we've been rolling for 5 minutes. In my 11
minutes.
11 minutes. In my head already hurts.
Right. The Bengals beat the Steelers in what we deemed the Unk Bowl.
Or the Icy Hot Bowl.
Or the Icy Hot Bowl.
Or the Geriatric Championship. But those two put on the best quarterback play of the week. It's funny because the combined score of that game almost reached their age. Their combined age. I think the combined age was 81 and their total score was 64.
So the Bengals beat the Steelers 33-31. The Rams crushed the Jaguars 35-7. The Eagles beat the Vikings 28-22.
That game was just hard to watch. Like, I don't know. I saw something that said they need to
go get
Kirk back. I mean, it's still JJ's job whenever he gets back, but Carson, you can't help but cheer for Carson Wentz. You love Carson Wentz. You have to love Carson Wentz because he's just a gem. But he's not a starting quarterback anymore. Let's just call it what it is. He's not there anymore. And it's crazy to think that it all stemmed from one knee injury.
Yeah, really. Well, I think a lot of it's confidence nowadays.
But how you can't really even say that anymore because he's like several years and teams past his injury.
Well, no, I think confidence in himself.
Oh, again, but several years past.
Confident that the game is going to go well. I mean, look at Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I don't even know about that because that head coach over there.
Daniel Jones stunk. He went to Kevin O'Connell. He was like, "I believe in you, bro." Gave him some new hope. Now he's killing it on the Colts.
Yeah, that's wild.
The Patriots dominated the Titans 31-13.
Yeah.
Mike Vrabel got revenge.
Yeah, we'll
It's
talk.
not really a revenge game, though.
We'll talk about that because I got some opinions.
But the Patriots?
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
The Panthers beat the Jets 13-6. Bryce Young keeps racking them up.
Yeah, but how long is that going to last? I mean, I hate to think like that, but
It's better than what it was last year.
I guess.
The Browns beat the Dolphins 31-6.
That was probably the worst one.
Because the Dolphins are the worst team.
Yeah,
The Dolphins are going to have...
the most boring game.
Well, they're not the most. The Jets are the worst. It's probably going to be Jets-Dolphins.
Yeah,
Draft pick.
by score, yeah, but don't you just love it when you Google on Google, and the first thing that pops up is Google? Like you're not on Google, Googling Google.
Why are you Googling Google?
Because I'm trying to find something out.
On Google?
On Google.
The Bears beat the Saints 26-14.
Dare I say, great googly moogly. Got him.
The Chiefs beat the Raiders 31-0.
Jeez.
The Colts beat the Chargers 38-24. The Broncos rushed back to beat the Giants 33-32.
That was crazy.
That was crazy.
Poor Jackson Dart looked like
He was
his
about to
whole
cry.
world came
He was
tumbling
about
down.
to cry. No, what he was really crying about was like, this is what people said when they said don't go to New York.
Yeah.
The Packers beat the Cardinals 27-23. Should not have been that close.
Yeah, I don't know. Packers are getting kind of
They're not it.
they're getting a little dicey.
They were
However, I mean, when a good team is going to come up against them, they're going to wipe them out. And when a bad team, it's like they just don't. It's like they overestimate their opponents, and that's always dangerous. But they always find ways to do it. But you make yourself look stupid in the process because you only beat a team like the Cardinals by 4 points. So quick math.
Let's just get it over with. Cowboys beat the Commanders 44-22. The 49ers beat the Falcons 20-10. The Lions beat the Bucks 24-9. And the Seattle Seahawks beat the Texans 27-19.
Do you think Baker kind of destroyed his MVP progress that he was making
No.
in that game? Because it was pretty rough. Did he even throw? He guess he threw a touchdown. But
Mike Evans went out. Emeka Ibuka, I think, was on the snap count.
I was about to say, I didn't even see him once.
And Chris Godwin's not in there either. Top 3 receivers.
I know that's about.
Yeah, I know what that's like. So, I don't think he has. I think Josh Allen had bad games last year, and he still won it.
And I don't think Josh is going to win it again.
Not if they don't start playing. I don't know.
I think
what's going
Pat
on
will
with the
take
Bills.
it.
Dude, if Pat Mahomes takes it, I
Oh,
mean,
wow.
he's
Playing well.
I still say Baker should take it over him, but he won't just because of the popularity of Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, but people love Baker Mayfield now, which is fine. I
love Baker.
I love Baker. I'm all for it, but
I would love Baker to win a Super Bowl. That'd be great.
talking about MVP, not necessarily Super Bowl.
I would love Baker to win a Super Bowl. That'd be great.
Well, I mean, I would love that too, but I think he would probably be okay with the MVP as well.
But
Yeah, that was a rough week.
yeah,
I didn't see. I'm so flabbergasted because I want to jump into the game, like that specific game, but I also know that there's a lot more that happened
than just Washington.
than just Washington, and like we kind of just discussed it last week. It was a strictly Washington
It's
episode,
pretty much the same.
which was fine.
Pretty much the same thing happened.
Yeah, I mean, what happened happened, you would expect.
Everything that we said last week applies to last Sunday's game.
Yeah, I mean, you make the same mistakes over and over and over and over again. You quite literally have players running into each other. You have one, I'm not going to name names, but you have one player trying to make a play for himself. You have another player trying to make a play for the team, and they collide. You have a defense who looks confused as crap out there, not knowing what to. You saw the Cowboys come up to the line of scrimmage, and audible plays, communicate, move players around, move pieces, change some things up. And Washington's defense just stood there, confused, not knowing what to do. You have the same... for everyone calling for Joe Witt to be fired for what he's doing, I don't know if that's necessarily the fix, because you're not going to fire the guy mid-season, because who are you going to replace?
Dan Quinn.
Well, no. You're not going to fire Joe Witt, because who are you going to put in that position in the middle of the season? Can Dan Quinn take over play calling? Yeah, but in his words, he hears everything anyway, and they talk through things, which I hope not, because if that's the case, then you suck too, bro. But what I think, what you thinking, based off of what he's saying, is he's hearing everything Joe Witt's calling. Okay, well, Joe Witt maybe should stop calling it, and you should just call it then. Will that fix it? I don't know. Is it more than just personnel? Is it scheme? Who knows? I don't know. Facts are, we have 27 games of a Joe Witt defense, and somehow the defense got worse this year
than last year, when last year was horrible.
We're making the same mistakes this season. 7 games in, we have 3 turnovers. 7 games in, we are still allowing explosive plays. That's 27 games actually for explosive plays. We allow explosive plays. We don't know our assignments. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know who's rushing who. We don't have any playmakers. You have 30-some-year-old players on this team. Like, I get veterans. Yeah. I get having veterans on your team. I support that, because you need guys who know what they're doing. But you also have young guys, and I said this, I don't remember if I said this last week, but I told you this. It's like, part of why the Packers are so good right now is because they went through those growing pains with young players. What Washington is doing right now with their young players, having them sit, you're not helping anybody.
Yeah.
Because you got slow players out there. You have Kane Madrano, who was the fastest linebacker in the combine, who used to be a corner, so he can cover. You have Jordan McGee, who got some play time, but for the most part, he played on special teams. And you got L.A. Cahoe, who hasn't seen the field, I think, since his concussion. But yet they don't see any field time on defense, but yet you still roll with the same 2 linebackers. And again, I get that, but there are ways to work around it where your young guys get their playing time. Because the problem that they're going to have next year, probably when Bobby Wagner retires, because I doubt he's going to play another year, is you're going to have a second-year linebacker coming in to replace Bobby Wagner
with 0 playing time. Yeah.
So how is that going to work out for you? You're behind the curveball on developing these guys because you're not letting them play. I've seen people blaming Adam Peters for the way he drafted. The only blame I can give Adam Peters for this monstrosity of a season so far is the Lattimore trade, but in the moment it seemed like a good trade, and everyone was praising him for that trade. It just didn't pan out. You swing and you miss sometimes. The Tunsil trade looks fine. The Debo trade looks fine. Sometimes you swing and you miss. And yes, I understand you gave up valuable picks for Lattimore. Okay, fine. But if you were to tell me at the beginning of this season that we'd have been better off keeping Benjamin St-Juste because it's essentially the same player. Now, I know Lattimore has good tendencies at times, but for the most part, he's a physical corner who likes to grab. The last person who was a physical corner who liked to grab was Benjamin St-Juste. The same problems that St-Juste had, Lattimore has, in the fact that he does not turn around and try to track the ball. Is that coaching? Is that just him? I don't know. If it's 2 players back to back that doing the same thing, it leads me to think it's probably coaching. It's the fan base is so quick to turn on people when things aren't going well and to try to find blame. I'm not doing that because I think Adam Peters has done a good job crafting what he had to do. But my only blight on him is the fact that he has constructed this roster to win now, and I get that, but you've also constructed this roster to win now without properly assessing who's coming up behind those guys. And I understand Adam Peters has no control of who's playing right now, meaning who Dan Quinn puts on the field. That's not his role. Fine, I get that. But you have young players out here. You roll out Sunday with your number 1 wide receiver being Robbie Chosen. Robbie had a good game. Like, for all intents and purposes, Robbie played fine. Right? He got open. He moved the ball. He made some catches. He missed out on a bogus PI, which was horrendous, by the way. You have Luke McCaffrey and you have Jalen Lane, who are out there trying to do good things for you. And every time they are on the field, they try their best and they make good things happen. Why aren't they getting playtime? And in a time where you need your young people to step up, you go out and you sign 30-some-year-old receivers and put them in place of those young guys. Yeah. I don't get it. That's not the way to build your team. I feel like we're going backwards in a league that everyone else is moving forward. Like, I feel like we're getting stuck behind the curveball here because we're playing all these older veterans, which, again, I don't have any problem with that. But when you're only strictly playing them and you're not letting your young guys into the mix, let them get gameplay experience, why in heaven's name, when the game is winding down, do you take Bobby Wagner out at linebacker, and instead of putting Kane Madrano in or Ali Cahoe in, you put Nick Bellore in?
I don't know, dude. It makes no sense.
Now Dorrance Armstrong is out for the season. You've lost 3 defensive ends in 7 games.
All in their 30s.
All in their 30s. I'm not here to age bash or anything like that. But at some of these positions, you need youth. And the thing I talked about all summer, I understand we didn't do the show this summer, but the thing I talked to you about every time we talked about the draft was they need an edge rusher. They need an edge rusher. They need defensive pieces. And the first thing they do is get a tackle. You did not need a right tackle. Because Josh Connolly, bless him, he's looked fine, but nobody looked good Sunday.
No.
Tress looked good.
Tressway looked great.
Tress looked good Sunday. Percy Butler looked good Sunday.
Riva looked great.
Lost my train of thought now. I was getting so worked up. But the thing I said all summer is they need a defensive end. They go get a tackle. Yeah, in a draft class that was considered to be heavy on defensive ends, because you needed youth to be able to set the edge. You thought, nah, let's go tackle, which I get. You wanted to protect Jaden. The offensive line was not horrible.
Yeah.
Last year, you could have settled for a tackle in the second round, because I guarantee you Connolly would have been there in the second if you wanted to. Now, you wouldn't have gotten Trey, which was another need, but that's what happens when you're, and I hate the fact that people keep blaming Ron Rivera for things, because at some point we just need to bite the bullet, say, forget it, he's done, he's gone, so be it. But when things keep tying back to his time here drafting and the way it set us back so bad, you can't help it. Because when you look at, we would have had 2 capable corners, and Christian Gonzalez and Trey Amos, if the person drafting then was not horrible at that time. We would have had another wide receiver apart from Terry, if someone drafting was not horrible at drafting at that time. And I don't like to keep blaming him because I get tired of hearing about it, but when things tie back to it and you look at things, and you look at things that could have happened if someone drafting was capable of drafting, then you can't help but think, yeah, okay, maybe it did set us back. But that's also not an excuse for what we're seeing right now. With the year we had last year, these guys, they're playing uninspired. They have no energy. They're slow, offensive and defense. They haven't, as Cliff said in one of his press several weeks ago, he was asked about why things aren't clicking, and he said, we haven't practiced together consistently as a unit since September, or since the summer. Now, I'm not blaming any one thing, but I think you can kind of feel where we're going with that. And on top of everything, Jaden's re-hurt his leg, and I understand, well, it's not re-hurt because it's a different leg, but he hurt his hamstring. We don't really know what it is because Dan Quinn is never forthcoming with information. Best case scenario, he pulled it. Now, I know he said it's not a long-term thing. What's he considered long enough, though? What's he considered long-term? Because I'm sorry, you don't have 2, 3, 4 games to let him sit it out. Now, I understand also if he needs that time, let him have it. Because his longevity with this team is more important than this season. Like, live to fight another day. I get that. It almost seems like this season maybe at a loss anyway, which is frustrating because you had such high expectations for coming into it.
Dude, this backfield was supposed to be...
All summer, that's all you heard about was how exciting this secondary is supposed to be. But now they're out there, man, and they can't... the defense can't stop a runny nose.
Yeah.
It's just a mess. It's just a mess altogether.
You were supposed to get... Yeah, you got bigger in the middle to stop the run. Guess where they stopped running? In the middle. Guess where they went? To the edges, where you have nothing.
No, I get it. Dietrich Wise, he was an older veteran who played that position well. And then he got hurt. That's a very unfortunate thing. You lost your sack leader this past week. He probably should not have been out there.
Well, Dan said it was a completely different...
I know, but when one leg goes, the other leg is... As we saw Sunday with Jaden, when one leg goes, the other one's probably not too far behind it. Dietrich Wise held the edge well, and I think that was part of what was so nice about him and his size. Now, does Preston Smith still have it? I don't know. Through a couple games, I know his snap count hasn't been the greatest, but he looks his age.
Yeah.
Is Treylon Burks going to be helpful? Like, we finally did sign 2 young guys. Who knows how long it's going to take for them to get ready? Drake Jackson, defensive end from the Niners. Who knows how long it's going to take? He's on IR, so it's at least 4 games. Treylon Burks, who knows how long it's going to take him to be ready? Hopefully not too long because they need any help they can get. I don't know, man. They just look uninspired, and that defense is just so bad right now. And it just... Teams are lining up and doing the same play over and over and over and over and over again, and Washington's defense just looks confused and they don't know what to do. Their coverage is horrible. They're missing assignments. They're not blitzing. They're rushing 4 and hoping they can get home. But it's giving the receivers all time in the world to get open.
They're rushing 4 hoping they can get home because they can't trust their corners. They have to put something in the backfield. I mean, I saw Bobby Wagner. The ball was at the 30. Bobby Wagner dropped past the logo.
Yeah.
Why is a middle linebacker all the way in the backfield?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a mess.
Dak was running for a first down. The corner stood at the line that is first down and waited for Dak to get there.
And that's an indication of coaching, because you stay in your zone because you don't want the quarterback to drop it off on you. But the quarterback, Dak was past the line of scrimmage. But I get it. You're coached to stay in your zone. That's fine. I get that. Why are you coached that way? You see someone coming, you rally to the football. That's one thing they did last year they're not doing this year, is the entire team ran towards the football, offensively and defensively. They ran to the ball.
I'm so sick and tired of the mantra, ball is life. I understand it. But when you teach ball is life, get the ball, they don't tackle.
Yeah, no, tackling was another problem. This is grown men playing tackle football, and they don't know how to tackle.
One play from Lattimore. That touchdown to CD. Lattimore goes for the pick. Hit the dude. He probably would have dropped it.
Yeah. For not every play that Lattimore was involved on was bad, but are they picking on Lattimore now? Yes.
Well, that wasn't even
the second one to Pickens was just, there's nothing you can do about it because Dak just put up a perfect ball and dropped it to the left shoulder.
He wasn't even the one in coverage. He came over to help after the ball was thrown, but he went for the ball instead of going to knock it out.
Yeah. It's a mess. Something's got to change. Will something change? Probably not. I have a horrible feeling that we're going to be watching this same train wreck.
We're going to get dog
all
smacked.
season. We got Kansas up next. That's going to be fun. I feel real bad saying this, and I still love the team, and I will still support the team to my last breath, but I'm real close to just checking out this season and just watching the game, not even worrying about what happens. And that if that makes me a casual fan, I don't think it does. It's just you get so irritated of watching grown men make the same mistake over and over and over again when they're paid to know how to correct it. When they're paid to know how to play the position. Lattimore said in one of their interviews in the locker room after the game that says, we were there. We were right there. We just didn't make the plays. I'm saying, I'm sorry. You're not paid to be there.
You're paid to make the play.
You're paid to make the plays, so make the plays. You're taught. I don't know if you're taught this now because it's apparent you're not, but when you're a corner, when you see the receiver's eyes light up, okay, ball's coming my way. Let me turn around and find it. So I can either A, make a play on it, B, knock it down, or C, intercept it. He's not doing either one of them. He's just putting his hands up and running through the guy. Of course you're going to get a PI. I don't see him on the team next year, and I feel bad saying that because he wanted so bad to be able to prove that he still had it, and I'm not saying he doesn't. The way the scheme is on this team, no one on this team, save Jaden Daniels, not even Jaden Daniels, really. No, I'm gonna stick with my original claim. No one on this team right now is set up to succeed. No one on this team right now is put in the position to succeed. They're not playing their best ball. They're playing worse than their worst ball.
Yeah, their worst ball was better than some of the their worst game last year was better than some of the performances.
Somebody said that Dan Quinn has lost the locker room. I wouldn't go that far, but what we are seeing is we're seeing the effects of his lighthearted training camps. All these veteran days off, all of these rest days, all of this happy-go-lucky fun times at practice and training camp we're having. I'm not saying veterans don't deserve a rest day, and I'm not saying you don't have fun. But at the end of the day, you got a job to do, and you're not doing it, so something has to happen. If I'm not doing my job at work, I get fired. If you're not doing your job at work, you get fired. If you're not doing your job at work, you get fired.
Yeah,
Now, I get it. It's different. Right? The NFL and the normal everyday person, different beast. But that's also kind of to our point. You're a highly trained, physical, freak athlete who I've seen high school players play better than.
Well, the thing about it, I was thinking about it today. I mean, I give the offense for Sunday. I give the offense the slightest break. You're down your top 3 receivers. You're playing with a bunch of backups and new guys. I understand that. Defense has no excuse.
Yeah, no. Defense is
no excuse.
If you wanted to try to find a light for Sunday, you can look at the offense and say, hey, Terry was out, Debo's out, Noah's just checked out. But you don't have your 3 wide receivers. So maybe if they're in, Jaden's good to go.
It's a shootout.
Is it a shootout? Maybe. I'm not saying it's not, but that's not what we were dealt. That's not the situation we had. So it comes down to a point that the players have to look at themselves in the mirror and see what the heck is going on. The coaches have to as well. I mean, and Joe Witt sitting up in the press box with his hand over his head, frustrated of what's happening. Dude, you're calling the plays. You're calling this stuff to happen. What do you expect?
Yeah.
They're just from what we see, they're just doing what they're told and taught and coached to do. If we're wrong, show it on the field. They've got a lot to clean up by Monday. They're going into Arrowhead into a rowdy environment to play Kansas City Chiefs, who now have Rashee Rice back. With
a backup quarterback, more than likely.
Yeah. And probably no receivers, because I haven't heard anything about Terry. I haven't heard anything about Noah. I haven't heard anything about Treylon. Yeah. I mean, what's your feeling on Terry, though? He was supposed to practice all week last week.
I don't know. The fact that he
did a walkthrough.
The fact that he went through a walkthrough and then didn't practice the rest of the week is speaking volumes. And
the thing with Jaden is they said, we avoided, serious injury. It's nothing significant, blah, 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 blah. If it's a pulled hamstring, you're looking at Lamar Jackson, who hasn't played in weeks.
Yeah, by the time he comes back, if the season's out of reach, let him rest the rest of the year.
Yeah, because, I saw somebody posted online and said, we knew this was an issue coming down with his frame. Pause, bro. His injuries, if you want to argue his broken rib, on his frame. I won't agree with you, but I'll listen to your argument. Both leg injuries were just freak things, which by chance hip drop tackles
on both.
And so I think you're onto something. If it's out of reach at that point, I mean, because I'm really starting to feel like this is, and I'm not trying to sound doomsday, but I'm starting to wonder if Terry's thing is not the season 2.
Yeah,
you have a jog through and it's a setback. So maybe you should have had the surgery.
You can get Debo back. Possibly. Maybe Treylon gets caught up. But you're going to have... Mariota is not capable of a shootout. He's a decent backup. He's not capable of a shootout. And our defense isn't stopping
one
Patrick
of the most
Mahomes.
Painful things from Sunday when he came in was not just that pick six he threw, which he just take the sack at that point. He missed a wide open Luke. Like, wide open. Luke had 2 defenders trailing him, and he sailed it on him. And I was like, dude, that was a layup.
Yeah.
And we understand on a physical standpoint, 3 and 4 is not the end of the road, and it's not. There's a lot of season left. We get that. But when you're looking at the schedule versus what we have currently right now, it's not looking very good. You're on to Kansas, Detroit, and Seattle. All 3 teams are humming right now with top 10 offenses.
Your easiest
and your
game
defense
of that
is
Seattle.
Ranked last.
Your easiest game is Seattle.
You get a break going to Madrid, maybe.
We may let Tua and Tyreek look like a Pro Bowl team.
Tyreek's not playing.
Okay, Waddle. Is he hurt?
Tyreek, yeah, remember?
Oh yeah, I do remember that. My bad.
Okay, so
Waddle and Tua look like a Pro Bowl team.
I'm not going to spend too much more time on this, but some things have got to change. And again, it's not the end of the road. Season's not over, despite of what we've just said. 3 and 4, a lot of season left. Anything can happen. There's no rule that says a team can suck forever. I'm just saying, with what we've got going on.
Yeah, we thought we were past it.
Yep. With what we got going on and what we have, who we have playing, not looking necessarily really good. But we shall see. Zachary, go ahead.
I just want to say one quick little thing. Is that, and I'm not blaming the year. This all started with Terry not practicing.
I think. So
it set a bad tone for the year.
Back when training camp was kicking off, Nikki Javahala, which is a writer for I think the Washington Times, she put out on Twitter saying that something looks off with the team and that they're not gelling and things just don't look right. And if I butchered your last name, I'm sorry, but something didn't look right. Team wasn't gelling. Things seem off. It's not looking very good. It doesn't look like they did last year. And everyone threw her under the bus. She was right. Started with Terry not showing up. And I'm not saying he's the problem, but it's undeniable. It started when he decided not to show up.
I'm not blaming the year so far on Terry because a lot of it is defensive struggles. But the games Terry played, and there are media people, not mentioning names, there are media people who are like, Terry's injury had nothing to do with him not practicing. I mean, what Terry has is oftentimes a conditioning issue.
Joe Theismann dropped that little nugget on that particular person's show yesterday. Of course, they didn't say anything about it because what are you going to say to Joe Theismann? You're going to disagree with Joe Theismann? No. When he said something similar to that, it's like, those kind of injuries are elevated when you don't practice.
Yeah, you got that. And even when he was playing, so my main point is not even the injury. When he was playing, they were out of sync. But guess who he wasn't out of sync with? Debo, who he practiced with all summer.
Yeah. Luke, who was there.
Who practiced with all summer. There's a correlation there.
Yeah.
You want to know why offense had slow starts? Your number one receiver didn't practice all summer.
Yeah. Yeah. We won't get too into the webs of that because I feel like we've talked about that in exhaustion. Do you have studs and duds for us, Zach? Because I'm trying to steal the ship away from this because we've talked about it long enough.
Yeah, we went 40 minutes talking about Washington again.
10 minutes.
Studs and duds. Well, let me throw my game of the week real quick. My game of the week is the Giants and the Broncos.
Yeah. That game was interesting because I'm not going to go too much into it. We don't have time to go into it. Sorry. We'll get better. Like not even say get better, because if you like watching, you enjoy the talk. But this is a league wide.
Maybe when we don't stink so much.
Not even that, dude. At some point, I'm just gonna get tired of talking about the same thing, and you'll just
not even
skim past it.
I just want to talk about Washington. That
was an interesting game. Bo looked rough there until the fourth quarter, where they scored 30 points.
No, 33 points. They scored 33 points in the fourth.
An absolute abysmal ending for the Giants, who I'm not saying that they have lost their juice. Something happened there at the end, and I don't know what it was, but at least Jackson Dart looks cool.
Yeah, we'll roll into studs. That rolls me into my studs and duds. My studs are Bo Nix, because homeboy dropped 33 points. 30 points, because 3 were field goal kick, but 30 points in the fourth. Jackson Dart was not the reason they lost.
No.
He looked great.
No.
He looked great. He's looked great. My duds, I really didn't have a dud for the Broncos. I mean, you could say slow start, maybe. But my duds is the Giants' defense.
True, yeah. I don't have any of that. Forgot my stuff. I didn't forget my stuff, but I didn't want to wake
Slacker. You didn't want to wake me.
I didn't want to wake you.
Like you care.
I'm going to have to give my MVP, as much as it pains me, to Dak Prescott.
No.
Dude has played unbelievable this year. And I understand, Dak is who Dak is. We'll see what happens close to the season. It gets the ending. Same situation with Sam Darnold, which I want to touch on real quick. Almost every notification I got today, not to jump around, but every notification I got today was about how Sam Darnold was so amazing and the Seattle Seahawks are a Super Bowl bound team. I'm not saying they're not. But I just want to caution people. I want to caution you, if you're a Seattle Seahawks fan. Look what happened with Minnesota last year. They said the same exact things about them.
Yeah, he pulled a Dak Prescott.
And then Sam Darnold just crumbled at the end of the season.
He pulled a Dak Prescott.
Which he has done. And so I'm not saying that he hasn't gotten over that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying let's pause the brakes. Let's hit it and see what we got going on. On to the next thing, because I'm trying to hit these things quick, right? The Patriots. Okay, if we are going to use the same measurement of success that was used last year for most of these teams in the play in their schedule, and why they were succeeding so well and why everything was working out so well for them, people are saying right now that the New England Patriots are back and that they are crushing it and they are killing it and they are doing amazing things, blah, 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 blah. I'm not saying they're not. I just want to caution you, okay? Because, again, it was done with the Commanders last year. It was done with these other really good teams. It was done with Bo Nix and his team last year. Any successful team last year, especially with a rookie quarterback, because for whatever reason, rookie quarterbacks are controversial and people love to hate on them, whatever. People were saying that we could not give Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, Caleb Williams credence for Caleb, because that was a whole other shipwreck. But Caleb and Bo, we couldn't give them any sort of
love
because of their schedule. The Patriots' schedule this year, has been. Let me get to it. Stand by. The Raiders lost. Bad team. They lost heavily to the Raiders. The Dolphins, they beat. Bad team. The Steelers, they lost. Good team. The Panthers, they beat handsomely. At that time, bad team. The Patriots, they beat by a field goal. Good team. That was your win of the season.
The Patriots?
What did I say? I meant the Bills. I meant the Patriots beat the Bills. You beat the Saints. Bad team. You beat the Titans. Bad team. You go to play the Browns next. Bad team. You notice in the pattern here, they have one win over a team with a team over 500. I'm not saying that that's cause for concern. I'm not saying that we can't have conversations of Drake May being a good quarterback, because I think Drake May is a fine quarterback. But we've got to be consistent in our arguments there, people, media people. If we're going to say that, hey, we got to pause the brakes on last year because of X, Y, and Z, same standard has to apply here.
Yeah.
So, chill.
Yeah. I agree 100%. My MVP is Matthew Stafford.
Okay.
21 of 33, 182 yards, 5 touchdowns, 117.7 passer rating.
Pretty darn good.
I don't know how you have 182 yards and have 5 passing touchdowns.
Ran the ball a lot.
No, they didn't.
Really?
I don't know how it happened. Because I looked at their running backs. The running backs, all of them had like 60 yards.
Matthew Stafford is so good that he can do a lot with a little.
Yep.
Good for you.
Good for you, man.
I would say my MVP probably is
Dak Prescott. You already said it.
Yeah, I did. Honorable mention to that referee who jumped in to save Jackson Smith in the Jigba. Dude, I want somebody in my life
that jumps
who
on
would
a grenade
jump in
like that
for me.
Right?
Because I don't know if I have anyone like that in my life.
I'd jump in like that.
Well, you know what? I appreciate you.
You're welcome, man.
But dude, the way he did that, he used to play ball. He was a former NFL player.
Yeah, I see that.
His Nate something.
I don't remember. I saw the post.
Kudos to you, dude. Shout out to you. That was like, I want to see him every Sunday.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at FairCatchPod, Twitter at FairCatchPodcast,
no T,
Facebook at FairCatchPodcast. Whatever TikTok is.
Look, just look up Fair Catch Podcast. You'll find us. It's same thing you see when you listen to it.
Anyways, actually, that's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for choosing to spend your day eating that time with us here at the Fair Catch Podcast. We appreciate you. We love you. We are sorry that we rambled about Washington again. Next week, we probably won't do that because we'll be so sick of it at that point that
we'll just be crying.
We'll just, But next week, I promise you, we will get to hot seats for coaches and other
maybe
other
we'll actually do the awards again.
Hey, I'll get back to it. I appreciate it. I'm sorry for slacking, Zach. All right, that was awkward. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you so much. Remember to share this podcast with everyone you know and love, even those you don't. And as always, be a friend. Tell a friend something lovely.
Something nice.
Something that makes them feel good. Something that sends feeling into their heart, something that they can feel in their loins. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice might change their life. And as always, Zach Ertz had that first down.
Sure did.
Peace.